Peace. This is a meat and potato social production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is the left-hand path selfish? Yes, it is a selfish path, and it should be one. When you deal with being selfish, at least on the surface, you put yourself first. And a lot of people don't learn this before because we're taught to be a martyr in our community, in our marriage, etc. And this leads to depression, frustration, and resentment. We've seen this time and time again. And you will isolate yourself from the very people that you wanted the best for. That is always going to happen. That's why the left-hand path teaches that. You have to put yourself first, but you juxtapose that with selflessness. So when you're putting yourself first, sometimes you're going to say, hey, this is about the children, or this is about my wife, or this is about my husband. But it always starts with you. And the one thing I've always had total admiration for on this path is that the left-hand path says, yes, you can do that, but it teaches you any decision that you make, you better be accountable for it, and you better be responsible for it. Anton LaVey outlined that in the Satanic Bible in 1969. So whatever choice you make, you better be an adult about it. The right-hand path, basically what they are is they're really Christians that just picked up arcane tips and tricks and have this silly morality complex. Oh, I'm going to send something back to the light like a servitor or egregore. Okay, how would you do it? And even in the book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 14, for I'm my jealous God. If you're the only God, the supreme creator, who are you jealous of? Oh, let me fill in the blanks. People like Amun-Ra, Aset, Ansar, Horus. Then where you were at, and we know about in Mesopotamia, we have like Lilith. That's another one. You also have your competition, Baal. And then you have to take into account anytime a people were conquered, they brought their gods with them, and you had no choice but to adopt to them. So I want people to look at it. The gods have had their jealous motivations. You've seen this in Kemet. You've seen this in Yoruba. You've seen this with the Loa. You have seen some form of selfishness. So it's only when you only think about yourself all the time. That is when the problems are going to come in. And if you want to talk about what happened with Yahweh or Jehovah, you can read The Dragon, the Two Flames by Michael W. Ford, and it gives a foundation for what really went on. And I can use another, example. John H. Kellogg. He was the founder of the Kellogg Company. You know, the so-called cereal king. Let me tell you about him. He was so radical. He was disfellowshipped from the Adventists, the Seventh-day Adventists, in 1907. You want to know why he created this cereal? I'm so glad you asked. He felt that man struggled with his vices too much. So he wanted to create that cereal, cornflakes, to basically neuter people as well as reduce them for the proclivity to want to have sex. Not to mention that he was a eugenicist, a racist, and he felt that anyone who was mentally not up to par should be sterilized. Yeah, him. So he made a choice not only for himself, but for everyone else without their knowledge. So we have to look at that. When you're trying to be excellent, you're going to have to be selfish. Any professional athlete, how did they get great? Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. They had to be selfish. If you're going to be a great practitioner, and I've seen people sometimes on the left-hand path make a mistake. such as, I don't work with angels, I work strictly with demons, then you're cheating yourself. Because angels can put that work in too. And I'm going to put some of you up on some knowledge from the right-hand path. An angel can take an aspect of your soul easily. And most people don't want to believe that, because you live in a country where your social orientation is the Abrahamic religions. So you have this mindset of, well, all demons are bad, all angels are good. It's not as simple as that. All angels don't serve Jehovah, and there are some demons that really aren't under Satan. They could be under Samael. They could be under Lucifer. So when you're dealing with the left-hand path, the difference between the left-hand path practitioners as opposed to so-called right-handed practitioners is that we're not inflexible. Because when you're inflexible, this is what leads to arrogance. So the left-hand path is selfish, and that is not such a bad thing. And I want to implore people, stop having these juvenile debates with people of the right-hand path, because really what's going to end up happening, you're going to become frustrated. And the second thing, and this is what you really should look forward to, many of these people are going to become born again Christians, and you'll see it on social media. They're no longer this, I was a high-ranking Satanist, or I was an Illuminati witch. And then all of a sudden they're going to be at the church, and they looked and they just saw the moon, and this message was sent to them. So people of the right-hand path, they're going to go back to what they know. And the thing is that demons or demons here to help you evolve, but they give you a choice. You don't want in, they're not forcing you. So it's okay to be a little selfish, because that is how you're going to survive magically, and especially in the modern paradigm. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.